Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3. Today we're going to be testing the Intel i7-4790 paired with the GTX 1070 video card. We're going to be starting on Epic settings here, all at 1920 by 1080p. And yeah, we'll go over Epic, then high, medium, and low settings. I will mention, I'm not great at the game, just going to get that out there in front before someone in the comment section goes about how I don't know how to build. But yeah, we have MSI Afterburner running in the top left-hand corner of the screen there. You can keep an eye out on the CPU and GPU usage, along with the frame rate and frame time graph. And yeah, I think we're going to land out in the middle of... Actually, no, we can probably land here. It's not too busy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this 4th Gen i7, 4 cores, 8 threads, kind of handles the GTX 1070 to see, can we stretch a little bit more FPS out by playing with the better graphics card, because we recently tested the RX 570 on this system, so it'll be interesting to see, do we get a performance boost from playing with a better GPU, or is it kind of, as I'm imagining, is it CPU bottlenecked? So yeah, it'll be interesting to test out here. Fortnite specifically is generally a very CPU focused game, which means kind of like, for example, if you're watching this and you have like a 4th Gen i5, you're most likely experiencing stutter because, yeah, this game requires a really solid CPU both in single core and multi-core performance. And yeah, the 4th Gen i7 has a decent balance between both, so you can play like for fun, comfortably, competitively. You do need something a little better. Let's see, charged shotgun. I don't know if we should run that, honestly, but I honestly hate this. I hate the what's it called, the hunting rifle. So yeah, I think this is a loadout we will run. You can see Epic settings with the GTX 1070. We are currently running at about 100% GPU usage, around 96, 97. So we are getting pretty good GPU usage or utilization here, which is kind of cool to see. But there's probably going to be on those lower settings like high and medium, there's probably going to be that CPU bottleneck. So it'll just be interesting to keep an eye out on and just see how it performs. Let's not waste any time here. Let's just continue looting around here. We'll just start running across the open map area. Not too demanding of a zone. A really demanding spot to test is Misty Meadows. I don't think we can run across to it this time, however, just due to that we'd have to pass through a lot of players. But this is a nice open area with water, and we are getting around 90 to 100 FPS, and I think it did drop down to about 70 in certain cases. But yeah, that's Epic settings. I will quickly move down to high settings. We're just going to hide behind the tree here. Settings, we will drop that down to, we're going to leave Epic view distance, that's one setting we're not going to adjust, but everything else will be on high. There are the visual settings. We'll just hit apply quickly, let them settle in. And you can see we're kind of around the 100, 104 FPS, 117 in some cases. But as you are going to notice throughout this recording, even though we drop the visual quality or the visual settings, we are going to be, like, our frame rate's not going to automatically shoot up to 144 and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, kind of as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, Fortnite is a very CPU dependent game. So right now, for example, we are indoors, not too busy of an area. We're getting around 144, 150, 160 FPS on the high settings there. But yeah, I can imagine as soon as we get closer to the end game, there's going to be a lot more players. We're probably going to stay around the 80 to 100 FPS mark. And from my tests, that's what this CPU is generally, I would say, almost like rated at playing. Or that's where it plays best at. So yeah, I'm just going to continue looting up here, and then I will very shortly swap down to medium settings. Just want to make this really nice and quick for all of you guys. Yeah, golden hunting rifle. Unfortunately, I do not have great aim, so I'm not sure what we can really do here. So see if we can't grab this chest. High settings, they look really, really nice. That's one thing for sure that I can appreciate here, is that everything looks really, really nice. So I don't know, if for some reason you want to play Fortnite, like, yeah, kind of above 100 FPS on high settings, the GTX 1070 could definitely be a solid option. We're pushing around 80 to 90% GPU usage at the moment, so that's good to make note of. Looks like there's a chest here. We will grab that, and I will run around a little bit more on high settings, but then we're just going to quickly move along to medium settings, not take too long there. And yeah, I am curious, are you guys watching this video because you have, like, let's say a 4th gen i5 and you're wondering what to upgrade to, or do you have yourself a 4th gen i7 and you're just curious, can I upgrade my GPU and get a little bit better performance? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd be curious to know, and I'm like, yeah, I'd actually really appreciate if you would take the time to leave one there. All right, we are going to swap down to medium settings. High settings, kind of around that 100 FPS mark, and that's kind of, as I was mentioning, 80 to 100 FPS is where this CPU plays Fortnite really comfortably around. All right, now we're up around kind of 120, 115, kind of the same deal. CPU limited once again, like we're not pushing 100% CPU usage. However, I believe we are single core limited in this case. Interesting. I'm gonna see if we can't find ourselves a tac shotgun, because yeah, these pump, like the, what are these called, charged shotguns, I'm just really bad with them. So I think there should be some chests around here. Maybe in this corner. Nope, nothing on this side here. It looks like someone might have looted everything, unfortunately. We will see if we can't find any leftovers. But I mean, I think our luck is pretty much run out at this point here. Yeah, it looks like everything has been looted. So we are going to bust out, run around a little bit more on medium settings, and then move straight along to low settings there. But in terms of, like, if you're just playing this for fun, like, look at the frame rate we're getting. We're running at around just above 144 FPS out in the open. Like, obviously, this might not be as demanding a part of a map as, let's say, Misty Meadows is. But yeah, like, if you're just playing for fun and you're not too worried about, like, competitive endgame, getting 144 FPS, the 4th Gen i7 is definitely a CPU you can still consider running there. Obviously, in certain very demanding games like Call of Duty Warzone, for example, the 4th Gen i7 will not cut it anymore. It's not good enough in terms of multi-core performance. Single-core performance, it's great, but this is where, if you guys are familiar with my channel, we benchmark a whole bunch of different Xeon processors, and even something like the E5-1650, which has 6 cores, 12 threads, does perform quite a bit better. Oh, that's interesting. It's a heart. That is actually hilarious. I wonder if those are bots who made that. Yeah, that honestly puts a smile on my face. It almost reminds me of those YouTube videos where you see like a streamer playing and then there's like the troll fans who build like hearts and whatever. That is hilarious. Gives me smiles there. Alright, that'll be enough of medium settings. You can get an idea of what it'll run at, kind of around 144, maybe 100 FPS on the low side. Quickly turn it down to low. We will run for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then yeah, we will make our conclusion on this video. And yeah, again, this is the i7 4790 with the GTX 1078GB video card. You can kind of see the same deal, lowering down to low settings here, still running around that 120, 130 FPS mark. We are getting into a more demanding zone. Let's see if we can't hit anybody with this. Yes, we can. That felt really nice. Even though it was a bot, it feels good when you can hit a shot. Great, let's grab the tac shotgun. Hopefully we don't run into any real players. And yes, the 4th Gen i7, like I have, like not on this recording obviously, but I have done tests where I've been in combat and it has run pretty smoothly. Like I never ran into any major stutters. Like we're only pushing what, around 60-66% CPU usage, so yeah, you're not going to run into many, if any, stutters at all. I'm just wondering who's shooting at us. Oh, it's up there. Someone else is here. Oh, come on. Our aim is not too bad, but it's definitely not that good either. We will reload our hunting rifle there. See if we can't tag him, luckily. See if he peeks. It'd be really great to tag him there. Alright, we are going to move forward, which could be scary, because if he recognizes we're moving, he can quickly put some damage on us. I have an idea. Watch this. Yeah, this guy is definitely a good player. Oh, but it seems we are better today because the 4th Gen i7 delivers a really smooth, yeah, we're getting really smooth frame rate here. And we are getting picked off, so we will want to grab these minis, pop that last mini quickly. And you can see in combat right now, our frame rate is staying really nice and smooth, and solid, of course. I think we picked up some of his mats, which is great. Someone's got a helicopter, so we just got to keep an eye out on where we were getting shot from. Doesn't look like anything from the back, but yeah, low settings. We're getting around 140 FPS, just in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of nice. It looks like we are going to want to move. I don't know if we can actually get... Looks like someone actually took that that pad or whatever it's called. It's not a pad, it's the there was a loot box or something. I don't even know what this stuff is called anymore. I haven't played in so long. What are they called? Supply drops. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's not a loot box. What am I talking about here? Alright, let's grab the jump pad here. Let's go up to this guy, whoever's base this is, because this is actually really hilarious. I've never ever seen someone build this in a game. Yeah, I've never seen henchmen do that. I mean, it's kind of cool that bots can actually build stuff like that, but yeah, I don't know what else to really say. It's just puts a smile on my face to see that. But overall, that's low settings, and yeah, I'll quickly summarize low settings here for us in a box. And yeah, because I'm not going to take any more time running around trying to kill players, because I think already you should have a solid idea of how this system runs. So again, low settings, I'll quickly go over them here, and in summary, epic settings, we were running around 80 to 100 FPS. High settings around, I think, 100 to 144 FPS. And in big fields, we were CPU limited down to 80 FPS. And kind of short form, this processor runs best in more competitive environments around 100 FPS on average, and in certain cases it will go just a bit lower. But yeah, hopefully this recording gives you a solid idea of what this system is capable of, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comment section below. Thanks.